Do you know that something you're doing every single day, something you may think is normal, could actually be putting your health at serious risk after 70? It's easy to assume that once we've made it past a certain age, the biggest dangers are behind us. But the truth is, after 70, your body becomes more sensitive, more reactive, and sometimes more vulnerable to the things you've been doing for decades without even thinking about them. Every year past 70 counts more than you realize. Your habits either protect your body or quietly wear it down. And unfortunately, many seniors continue doing things that were once harmless but become dangerous with age. In this video, we're going to explore 7 everyday habits that may be putting your health and even your independence at serious risk. These are subtle, often overlooked routines that slowly chip away at your strength, balance, and long-term vitality. But here's the good news. Most of these risks are 100% avoidable once you recognize them. And by the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge you need to make smarter, safer decisions every day. Let's begin with the first and perhaps most underestimated risk. Sign 1. Ignoring your balance until it's too late. As we get older, we accept that we'll slow down a little. Maybe you feel less confident walking in unfamiliar places. Maybe you've stumbled once or twice and told yourself it was nothing. But make no mistake, your ability to stay upright is one of the strongest indicators of how long you'll remain independent. According to multiple medical studies, seniors who struggle with balance are at significantly higher risk of falls, fractures, head trauma, and even early mortality. And the problem? Many don't notice it happening until it's too late. Take a moment. Try standing on one foot, just one. Can you hold that for 10 seconds without tipping over or reaching for support? If not, that's your body giving you a very loud warning. Let's look at 2 women, both 74. Carol walks every day, takes yoga classes, and practices standing on one leg a few times a week. Her balance isn't perfect, but it's solid. She can turn, step, and pivot with confidence. Nancy, on the other hand, hasn't paid attention to her balance in years. She moves more slowly now and always needs a handrail when going downstairs. She thinks it's just normal aging, but what she doesn't realize is that her balance loss is accelerating her decline. Balance relies on more than just leg strength. It requires coordination between your brain, nervous system, muscles, and inner ear. It's a full-body system. And once it starts breaking down, every movement becomes riskier. But here's the part that matters most. Balance can be trained. Simple exercises like standing on one leg for 30 seconds each day, walking heel to toe in a straight line, practicing gentle Tai Chi or yoga can restore coordination, boost muscle memory, and dramatically reduce your risk of a fall or worse. So don't wait until you've already stumbled. If your balance isn't what it used to be, now is the time to train it back, because after 70, a single fall can change everything. Sign 2. Sitting too much even if you're resting. It's one of the biggest silent killers in modern life. And no, it's not sugar, it's not fried food, and it's not forgetting your supplements. It's sitting. You've probably heard the phrase, sitting is the new smoking. And while that may sound extreme, it's not far off, especially for people over 70. When you spend the majority of your day sitting, whether in a recliner, watching television, reading, or even just resting, your body begins to weaken in subtle, dangerous ways. Let's break it down. Your leg muscles start to atrophy. This leads to weakness, slower movement, and balance problems. Your circulation slows. That increases the risk of blood clots, swollen ankles, and even stroke. Your posture worsens, especially in reclined positions, which weaken your core and lower back, and your metabolism drops dramatically, meaning your body burns fewer calories, stores more fat, and struggles to regulate blood sugar. It's not just about how much you sit. It's about how long you stay in one position without moving. Even healthy seniors who walk for 30 minutes in the morning often end up sitting for the next 10 hours. Take Richard, a 76-year-old man who watched the news, read, and did crossword puzzles for most of the day. He wasn't lazy. He just didn't realize that all that stillness was quietly harming his circulation and his muscle health. Within 2 years, he developed knee stiffness, lower back pain, and constant fatigue. Now compare that to Janet, who's also 76, but makes a point to get up every 30 minutes, stretch her legs, do light housework, or go for a walk. Her joints stay looser. Her legs stay stronger. Her body doesn't forget how to move. The key isn't to avoid sitting altogether. It's to interrupt it. Every 30-45 minutes, stand up, move around for a couple of minutes, stretch your back, walk to the kitchen, or do a few heel raises. These tiny movements done regularly send powerful signals to your muscles, joints, and brain. I'm still active. I'm still strong. I'm still here. So if you're still sitting for hours at a time, even if it feels relaxing, remember, motion is medicine. And after 70, it could mean the difference between independence and immobility. If you're finding this information helpful so far, please comment, "I'm here," below, so we know you're still watching. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell, because what we cover next could protect your heart, your brain, and even your life. Stay tuned for part 2, where we reveal a surprisingly risky habit that affects most seniors while they sleep, and what you can do about it. Sign 3. Sleeping the wrong way, and not even knowing it. You might think that how you sleep doesn't matter as long as you get enough hours. But after 70, the way you sleep, your body's position, the support under your spine, the shape of your airway can silently damage your health night after night. One of the most overlooked dangers for seniors is unsupported back sleeping. It might seem like a neutral position. After all, it's how we're laid down in sleep studies or on hospital beds. But when you lie flat on your back with no pillow under your knees and no elevation under your head, your spine loses its natural curve. Your airway partially closes, and your body enters a subtle but constant state of physical stress. Let's break that down. When you lie flat, your tongue can fall backward, slightly blocking your airway. This can reduce oxygen levels during sleep even if you don't snore. Your lower back flattens, creating pressure on the lumbar spine. You may not feel it at night, but you'll feel it in the morning in the form of stiffness or pain. Your shoulders rotate outward and your arms pull back, subtly compressing the chest. This limits deep breathing, and your body never fully relaxes. It's like trying to recharge your phone with a damaged cable. You wake up not fully charged, even after a full night's rest. Take 75-year-old George from Indiana. He never thought much about his sleep position until he began waking up with headaches, stiff legs, and brain fog. His doctor ruled out sleep apnea, but after visiting a physical therapist, they noticed how flat he was sleeping, with no head support and no cushion under his knees. George made 2 small changes: a slight wedge pillow under his upper back and neck, a small cushion under his knees to support the natural curve of his spine. The result? His sleep deepened, the back pain disappeared, and he started waking up with more energy and even remembered his dreams again. If you sleep on your back, the solution isn't to stop, it's to support. Elevate your head slightly. Add a pillow under your knees. Make sure your neck and lower back aren't floating in space. Sleep is when your body heals, repairs, and restores. If your position is working against your anatomy, your body pays for it in the morning, and that adds up year after year. Sign 4. Not drinking enough water. It sounds simple, almost too simple. But the older you get, the more dangerous mild dehydration becomes. You might think, "I'm not thirsty. I drink when I feel like it." But here's the reality. After age 70, your sense of thirst weakens. That means you can be dehydrated without even realizing it. And the symptoms don't always look like thirst. Instead, it shows up as fatigue, lightheadedness, constipation, brain, fog, low blood pressure, poor balance, and even confusion. That's right. Seniors who are slightly dehydrated are more likely to fall, forget things, or feel weak during the day. And in more serious cases, it can lead to UTIs, kidney damage, or hospitalization. Let's compare two women, Helen and Ruth, both in their late 70s. Helen makes it a point to drink a glass of water first thing in the morning, before every meal and before bed. She even keeps a refillable bottle nearby, so she doesn't forget. Her skin is healthier, her digestion is regular, and her energy levels stay stable throughout the day. Ruth, on the other hand, says she drinks when she's thirsty. But some days that's only one glass of water. She notices she feels dizzy when she stands up too fast. Her stools are harder, and sometimes she gets confused in the afternoons, chalking it up to age. But what Ruth doesn't know is that many of these symptoms are tied directly to chronic low-level dehydration. Your body needs water for joint lubrication, digestion, brain function, cell repair, and heart regulation. Even being 5-7% dehydrated can impair mental performance. And as we age, our kidneys become less efficient, meaning we need more consistent water intake to stay balanced. So, how much should you drink? General rule: half your body weight in ounces, so if you're 150 pounds, aim for 75 ounces of water per day, around 9-10 cups. Tips: drink a full glass of water as soon as you wake up. Carry a bottle with clear measurements. It motivates you. Flavor water with lemon or cucumber. If plain water isn't appealing, avoid relying on tea or coffee for hydration. They can be dehydrating. If you're feeling sluggish, foggy, or weak, ask yourself, have you had enough water today? It could be the simplest fix with the biggest return. These hidden risks, poor sleeping position and low hydration, don't scream for attention. They whisper, softly, silently, until one day they become problems you can't ignore. But now that you know, you can start fixing them today. And that puts you miles ahead of most people your age. If you found this section valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're still watching. I read every single comment and truly appreciate your time. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell, because in part 3, we'll be diving into 2 more dangerous habits that impact your heart health and cognitive function, and how to reverse them with simple, daily changes. Sign 5. Eating the wrong way without realizing it. Most people think that nutrition becomes less important with age, but the truth is, it becomes even more critical after 70. Not because your body needs more food, but because it needs better fuel. As we age, our ability to absorb nutrients declines. Our metabolism slows. Our appetite may shrink. And yet, many seniors continue eating like they did 20 years ago, skipping meals, snacking on packaged food, or relying too heavily on toast, crackers, and cereal. But here's what that does to your body. It weakens muscles. It slows healing. It disrupts blood sugar. It contributes to fatigue, frailty, and even falls. Now let's meet 2 people. Margaret and Susan, both 74. Margaret enjoys her meals. She makes simple soups, steams vegetables, eats lean protein, and drinks plenty of water. Her portions are modest, but her nutrition is dense. She feels strong, alert, and satisfied after eating. Susan, however, has lost interest in food. She snacks on toast and cookies. She skips dinner if she's not hungry. She tells herself she's just getting old. But what she doesn't realize is that she's slowly starving her body of essential fuel, and it's catching up with her. She's lost weight without meaning to. Her skin is thinner. Her legs feel weak. And her energy crashes by mid-morning. This is more common than you think. A lot of seniors experience anorexia of aging, a natural loss of appetite caused by changes in hormones, smell, and digestion. But just because you don't feel hungry doesn't mean your body doesn't need nutrients. Key nutrients that matter more after 70. Protein to preserve muscle mass and strength. Fiber to support digestion and heart health. Healthy fats for brain function and joint protection. B12, D, calcium, magnesium for energy, bones, and immunity. If you're not eating enough of these, Even a minor illness or injury can take a bigger toll. So how do you fix it? Eat smaller, frequent meals. Focus on real, whole foods, not ultra-processed snacks. Add protein to every meal: eggs, beans, fish, lean meat, yogurt. Don't rely on your appetite. Eat by the clock, not by hunger. And if chewing is difficult, try soft-cooked meals, smoothies, or blended soups. Eating well after 70 isn't about restriction, it's about protection. Every meal is a chance to feed your strength, clarity, and resilience. Sign 6. Letting stress become your new normal. You may think stress is just part of life, something you've always managed, something that comes and goes. But after 70, stress doesn't just stay in your head, it settles in your body. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, your body's main stress hormone. And when cortisol stays high for too long, it causes increased blood pressure, weakened immune system, higher risk of heart disease, worsened memory and brain fog, more inflammation throughout the body. Now imagine that simmering beneath the surface every day, that tension in your shoulders, that restlessness at night, that constant worrying about money, health, or family. It's easy to ignore it, but over time, stress becomes a slow, silent wrecking ball. Let's compare two men, John and Richard, both 76. John has his challenges. He's had surgeries, lost a spouse, and lives on a fixed income. But he's learned how to cope. He journals every morning. He practices deep breathing before bed. He goes for walks to clear his mind and calls an old friend once a week. His stress comes and goes, but it doesn't stay. Richard, on the other hand, carries everything inside. He dwells on the news. He worries about his health. He ruminates on past mistakes. And he never truly relaxes. His sleep suffers. His digestion slows. His mood declines. And his blood pressure is constantly creeping up. Over time, Richard's stress doesn't just feel bad, it becomes dangerous. The human body wasn't meant to carry constant pressure, especially in later years, when the body is more sensitive to its effects. But here's the hopeful part. Stress can be managed, not by ignoring it, but by making small daily choices to regulate your nervous system, ways to lower stress that actually work. 5 minutes of deep breathing, inhale through your nose. Exhale slowly. Walking outdoors, nature reduces cortisol naturally. Limit news and screen time, especially before bed. Talk to someone you trust. Connection reduces anxiety. Listen to calming music or try gentle stretching before sleep. And most importantly, let go of what you can't control. Holding on to fear or regret won't change the past, but it will shape your health in the future. So let's review. If you're over 70 and still skipping meals or eating mostly processed food, letting stress pile up without relief, you're not just affecting how you feel today. You're setting the tone for how your body will age in the next 5, 10, or 15 years. But the power is in your hands. Eat for strength, breathe through stress, and most importantly, pay attention to what your body is trying to tell you because it's always talking. If you're still watching and you found this helpful, please comment number 3 below to let me know you're here and engaged. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell, because in the final part of this video, we'll talk about one of the most underrated indicators of longevity, your relationships, and why they might matter even more than your blood pressure. Sign 7. Withdrawing from people, even quietly. This might be the most surprising and the most misunderstood risk of all. If you're over 70 and you've started pulling away from people, even just a little, if you're making fewer phone calls, skipping social events, or telling yourself, "I'm fine being alone," you might be putting your health in more danger than you realize. Loneliness isn't just emotional, it's physical. According to researchers at Harvard, feeling isolated consistently can increase your risk of heart disease, dementia, depression, high blood pressure, and even early death. In fact, Chronic loneliness carries the same health risk as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. But this is where it gets tricky because loneliness doesn't always feel like sadness. It can feel like tiredness, like irritability, like forgetfulness, like a lack of motivation to cook, clean, or even leave the house. Let's look at two women, Eleanor and Barbara, both 78. Eleanor talks to her daughter every few days. She attends a weekly book club at her church. She sends funny messages to her old college roommate. She may live alone, but she feels connected, seen, heard. Barbara, however, spends most of her days in silence. She watches television to pass time. She doesn't really talk to anyone unless they call her. And slowly, without realizing it, her energy fades. Her mood dips. She starts sleeping more during the day and less at night. She tells herself, "This is just how life is now." But it's not. It's a warning sign. Human beings are social creatures, and that doesn't stop when you retire. Connection keeps your mind sharp, your immune system strong, and your heart healthier emotionally and physically. The brain thrives on interaction. Every time you laugh with a friend, recall a memory, or share a story, you're exercising parts of your mind that no puzzle or app can replace. So if you've been withdrawing lately or just getting by without much interaction, here's what you can do to gently reverse it. Call one friend or family member every week, even just for 10 minutes. Join a local club or group book clubs, community centers, hobby groups. Volunteer giving back is one of the best ways to feel purposeful. Try something new, a class, a workshop, a walking group, or simply write letters or emails. Connection doesn't have to be face-to-face, and don't wait until you feel in the mood. Often, the action creates the feeling, not the other way around. Let's take a moment to reflect. Here are the 7 signs and habits we've explored that could be putting you at serious risk after 70. Poor balance or not, training your balance at all. Sitting too long without movement. Sleeping in unsupported or harmful positions. Not drinking enough water. Undereating or eating the wrong things. Carrying unrelieved stress for too long. Withdrawing from people and social connection. These aren't just soft suggestions. They're real markers of longevity, health, and independence. And the best part? They're all changeable. Your future is not locked in. Whether you're 70, 75, or even 85, the body and brain respond incredibly well to small improvements done consistently. You don't have to overhaul your life. Just start here. Add a 10-minute walk after breakfast. Drink a glass of water when you wake up. Call someone you love. Breathe deeply before bed. Eat one high-protein snack today. Stretch your legs every 45 minutes and stand on one foot for 10 seconds every day. Every one of these is simple, but together, they compound, they rebuild strength, they restore energy, they reconnect you with life. If you're still here, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking your health seriously. Please comment, "I'm finishing strong" below to let me know you made it to the end, and so I can thank you personally in the replies. If you found this video helpful, please like it, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss future content made just for you. Your support helps us create more high-quality videos that inform, empower, and inspire seniors just like you. Take care of yourself. And remember, it's never too late to feel stronger, think sharper, and live better. Every day is a chance to protect your future, and you're already doing it by being here. We'll see you in the next video.